Hi, this is Osea Smith, and I'm going to be doing a review and a reaction of the episode Deception of Teen Titans. This is the 27th episode in the series. Deception is about Cyborg. He decides to join the High Five Academy as a student. He is a student alongside the High Five. Obviously, they were the main students there. And Bumblebee is also attending as a spy alongside Cyborg. She later reveals this information. So, Cyborg in this episode, it shows a lot more about his character and his personal and internal conflicts that he faces within his own self. Cyborg is half human, half robot. So, he decides to camouflage himself using a special ring that allows him to turn into a full appearing human, and he goes by the name of Stone. The opening episode opens with the Teen Titans battling the High Five, Gizmo, Jinx, and the rest of the gang. So the High Five Academy have now decided to face off against them. The Teen Titans later defeat them, and so they have a meeting at Titans Tower, and Robin orders Cyborg to go to the Hive Academy as a student. And this is when he starts to camouflage himself, and he later goes to become a member of their school or a student at their school. So Cyborg has to spy and get information to see what they are planning and just to try to get other, useful stuff that they need to know. Cyborg decides to learn a lot about the students there. He also develops a crush on Jinx. The High Five later earn his respect once he manages to show them up, and he later shows them up at Training Academy. So now you have Cyborg, who is starting to gradually he's starting to relish in the idea of being accepted. He feels better about himself. Cyborg had always felt somewhat different being half human, half robot, and as the episode unfolds, we gradually see this. So now Cyborg is training under Brother Blood, and he has become a very, very high profile and very top student very soon. So now he's starting to feel a bit, he feels more comfortable with himself. He's gotten their trust, he's doing really well, and everything seems to be falling into place. Well, later, Cyborg is spending a bit too much time taking too long there, and they need to get their mission accomplished. So eventually, the Titans decide to show up at their academy, and it causes a conflict. So we see the decoy Cyborg battling Cyborg, and we see the Titans having to still try to play it coy because they didn't want to give it away that he is Cyborg. Robin, Starfire, Beast Boy, Raven, and the decoy Cyborg are now all here. Well, upon accident, Cyborg accidentally destroys his ring, and they later see that he is Cyborg. This shocks everyone, including the Titans. Brother Blood, however, was not surprised that it was Cyborg all along, and he actually knew. Well, Cyborg decides to play along and decide for himself that he had been brainwashed and keep trying to kind of, play it safe. So, it appears that Cyborg has now turned evil, and he is now working for the Brotherhood of Evil and Brother Blood, specifically. Well, eventually, Cyborg decides to double-cross Brother Blood and admit that he was not really a student and that he was not really going to work for the evil side. The Titans are all shocked as well because they had actually believed that Cyborg had turned evil, but Cyborg decided to keep the act going for as long as he could. So eventually, the Teen Titans defeat Cyborg, and they feel a sense of victory, but we also see when they return home that Cyborg felt insecure, and he was actually in his room, and he talked to Starfire, and this is where we see more of his internal conflicts come out to play. Cyborg says that he never got to finish high school because of the accident that caused him to become half human, half robot. And Starfire later says, "I did not know you before, so, to me, you are normal." And this was her way of cheering him up and being a true friend. It showed that even though Starfire wished that even though Cyborg felt insecure about himself, Starfire still loved him for who he was. and she was a true friend in that regard. Cyborg later feels better about himself because he's able to be secure and confident in his shoes. So this episode really dealt with not just the plot, but also the internal conflicts. And as the series progresses, we see the Titans gradually talk more about their insecurity issues. The first season highlighted Robin's obsession with defeating the crime lord Slade. The second season highlighted the romantic relationship between Beast Boy and Tara. And the third season of the series highlighted Cyborg's conflict with his own self. So the series, we see a depiction of all of them. In the fourth season, we see Beast Boy's conflicts. And in the fifth season, we see Raven's conflicts with her dad. So it's very interesting to see how this all plays out. This is Asiya reporting to you from Georgia, reviewing. If you like this video, be sure to like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.